You know that feeling, right? It's a scorching hot day, you're sitting in front of a fan and relief. But have you ever stopped and wondered, how does this thing really work? I mean, it looks so simple, just some blades spinning around, but trust me, inside this everyday machine, there's some seriously cool science going on. So let's pull back the curtain and find out what's really happening inside your average fan.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We're gonna take a trip right inside the fan. First up, we'll tackle that big trick, how it makes you feel cool. Then, we'll get into how those blades actually push the air. After that, we're diving deep into the fan's heart, the motor. We'll uncover the invisible force that makes everything spin, and then figure out how it does that little side-to-side dance. And to wrap it all up, we'll hit you with 5 key facts that'll stick with you.
All right, Section 1, a trick to feel cool. Yeah, it's not magic, it's science. Let's get right to it.
So here's the first big mystery. We all know this fan isn't an air conditioner, right? It's not pumping out cold air. So how in the world does it make you feel cooler? I mean, if you stuck a thermometer in the room, the temperature wouldn't drop one bit. So what gives? Well, it's all a really clever trick that the fan plays on your skin.
It all comes down to something called the wind chill effect. See, your body is constantly giving off a little bit of heat, and you've always got a thin layer of moisture, sweat on your skin, even if you don't feel it. What the fan's breeze does is speed up how fast that sweat dries or evaporates. And here's the cool part. When water evaporates, it takes heat with it. So the fan isn't making the air colder. It's actually helping your own body's natural cooling system work way better. It's like a turbo boost for your skin.
Okay, so now we know the why. Let's talk about the how. How do those blades actually push the air around? Well, it all comes down to their shape.
It's actually a pretty simple but brilliant piece of design. If you look closely, you'll see the blades aren't flat, right? They're tilted at an angle. So when they spin, they're not just slicing through the air. They're kind of scooping it up and throwing it forward. Think of it like a propeller on a plane, but for air in your room. That constant scooping and pushing is what creates the breeze you feel.
So the blades are pushing the air. Got it. But what's making the blades spin? What's the powerhouse behind this whole operation? To find out, we have to go deeper, inside that plastic case, right into the heart of the fan. And here it is, the fan's heart, is this amazing little machine called an electric motor. This guy is the real MVP. Its whole job is to take electricity from the wall and turn it into spinning motion. It's a magic trick, turning invisible energy into something that moves. So, how does it pull it off?
Well, inside every motor, there are 2 main players. First, you've got the stator. Name kind of gives it away. It stays stationary. It doesn't move. It's the outer ring, and you can see it's wrapped in a bunch of copper wire. Then, sitting inside the stator is our second character, the rotor. This is the part that actually spins, and it's what's connected to the fan blades. People call it a squirrel cage rotor because, well, it kind of looks like one. One part stays still, the other spins like crazy.
Okay, this is where it gets really, really cool. How does the part that doesn't move make the other part spin? There's no physical connection pushing it. The secret is an invisible force. It's time for the magic show, starring electricity and magnets. So let's just quickly break it down. What is electricity anyway? All it is really is a bunch of super tiny particles called electrons all flowing together through a wire, kind of like water through a hose.
And here it is. This is the big secret. When those electrons start moving, they create an invisible force field all around the wire. And that force field? It's magnetism. Seriously. This is the key to everything. Moving electricity creates a magnetic field. It's a fundamental rule of the universe, and it's what makes pretty much every electric motor on the planet work.
Okay, so back to our fan. You plug it in, and electricity starts flowing through those copper coils in the stator, the part that doesn't move. Instantly, those coils become magnets. But here's the trick. The electricity from your outlet is AC, or alternating current. That means it's constantly flipping back and forth, really, really fast. And because the electricity is flipping, the magnets are flipping too. Their north and south poles are switching over and over, dozens of times a second. Now all that flipping back and forth in the different coils creates something amazing, a spinning magnetic field. It's like an invisible whirlpool of magnetic force. This spinning field then reaches across the gap to the rotor, the squirrel cage part. The field is so powerful that it makes the rotor a magnet too. And now you've got the rotor's magnets getting pulled along by the stator's spinning field. It's basically a magnetic chase. The rotor is constantly trying to catch up to the spinning field, and that chase, well, that's what makes your fan spin.
Now there's one little helper part we need to talk about, the capacitor.
It's usually a little black cylinder you'll see wired up in there. See, from a dead stop, the motor needs a little extra oomph to get going in the right direction. The capacitor is kind of like a tiny battery that gives the motor a powerful kickstart, a little jolt of electricity, just to get that magnetic chase started on the right foot.
Okay, we've got the blades spinning, we're feeling cool, but what about that other trick? You know when the fan does its little side-to-side dance to cover the whole room? How does it turn that super fast spinning into a slow, smooth wobble? It's not another motor, is it?
No, the answer is just some really, really clever mechanical engineering. It's a system of gears and levers that takes the spinning from the motor and converts it into that back and forth motion. No extra motor needed. It's all just pure, smart design.
So check this out. When you push down that little knob on the back, you're basically connecting a little gearbox to the motor. The main spinning shaft turns a small gear, which then turns a bigger gear. Attached to that bigger gear is a little arm. And as that arm goes around and around in a circle, it pushes and pulls the whole head of the fan, forcing it to turn from side to side. It's so simple, but it's absolutely genius.
Whew, okay. We have covered a ton of stuff, from why you feel cool to invisible magnetic forces. So let's just run through a quick summary of the 5 biggest takeaways to make sure it all sinks in.
All right, here we go. Number 1, fans don't cool the air, they cool you down using the wind chill effect. Number 2, those blades are angled on purpose to grab and push the air forward. Number 3, the whole operation runs on an electric motor with 2 key parts, the stationary stator and the spinning rotor. Number 4, and this is the big one, moving electricity creates an invisible magnetic field. And finally, number 5, that motor creates a spinning magnetic field and the rotor spins because it's always chasing it. Got it? Good.
And just like that, you now know how a fan really works. It's an amazing example of taking an invisible force, electromagnetism, and using it to create something we can see and feel. So that leaves me with one last question for you. Now that you know about this magnetic chase, what other things in your house do you think are using the exact same trick? Your blender? The washing machine? Think about it. Thanks so much for diving in with me.